Hello and welcome back to Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, where today, it's Tanzia Tuesday. We're doing multiplayer. That's what we do on Tanzia Tuesday. As always, we're going to free a lobby 3. And we are going to be in the red room. And today is March 5th. So, 0305. Okay, so put away all this mirrorless stuff. Oh, I am really low on mega potions. Which reminds me I should probably go deal with my farm. Right, I had them doing not honey because I had lots and lots of honey. Hey there, Califor. Alright, I'll go ahead and get a quest posted. Whether we get someone in or not, I'll be leaving in about... well, let's give it a minute. Let me go grab my water axe first. Alright, taking just a smidge longer here, just in case. And then I'll get going. And here we go. On a silly quest. Because I like silly quests. Hey there, Drake Great. That was a good flinch to get. Yep. Cha-Cha got the Aragon in a trap. Yeah, I gotta agree with you there, Drake Great. This is a phenomenal arena theme. Though, if memory serves, I also very much liked GUs. But Gen 3 in general just has really solid music. Well, he may not have intended to, but Aragon just gave us an assist there. Also, part of why this arena theme is so good, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Using To One With Life as a leitmotif is cheating when it comes to making a theme good. Hey there, Wilkinson. Alright. We'll be looking forward to when you join. In the meantime, I've got a tiny Aragon to deal with. Yeah, they really don't make them this tiny these days, and it's such a disappointment. I mean, at least we did get the USJ Jagresses, where they did make one this tiny. So there's still hope. Coming right for him. Alright, time to give this Uragon our undivided attention. I'm honestly kind of surprised that they sized down his tremors along with him. Because, like, they're kind of an important part of Uragon's kit. Then again, they also sized down the gas. I have tranks, but no traps. What was I thinking? Okay, that hitbox was a lot bigger than it should have been. I still believe sound design is one of the things they absolutely nailed for Uragon in this generation. Just the sound of him slamming his chin on the ground. You can feel the weight. Where you going, bud? Alright, the chin is busted. I forget, does Uragon's back break in 3U? Surely it doesn't, right? That must have been a Gen 4 edition. We can mine it in 3U, I know that. Ow. Tired boy. And there we go. The tiny Uragon is slain. It's a cute little guy. And it's very dense. You still get all the carves. And it's a whopping 3 meters long, usually, if memory serves. Oh, sorry, 4 meters long. And that was a relatively small Volvi, too. Actually, let's do something that'll go quick while we wait for Wolfkinson. Bears. Oh wow, I've used all my vouchers. That's a bit of a problem. So I guess it only affects the stamina that I get from my meals, as well as the likelihood of skill activation. Yeah, Drake Great, one of the things that strikes me whenever I think about it is the fact that Great Jaggy, like an average Great Jaggy, is about the same size as renowned T-Rex fossil Sue. Yeah, like, actually even a small Great Jaggy. It's freaking 8 meters long. And about 2 meters high at the hip. So, Sue is a little taller, but... yeah, the monsters in this series are absolutely enormous. Considering that basically the biggest megafauna we have on land right now are elephants. And these two bears are bigger than elephants. In fact, the larger of these two, I would estimate to be, given the height of our hunters is something like 180 centimeters. Yeah, I'd estimate the larger of these two bears to be about 4 meters tall at the shoulder when on all fours. And that's a very large animal. Monster Hunter Rise on PC actually has an interesting little thing to it. Since it's on the RE engine and people have figured out how to inject VR into RE engine games, you can actually play Monster Hunter Rise using a VR headset in full VR, where it just... your camera is where the camera usually is, but you've got binocular vision. And thus everything is in full 3D that is visibly 3D to you as well. And, like, you can also move your head around to change your camera's viewing angle from where it sits normally. So, like, you can... like, the camera is still, like, it's exactly where it is right now, as I'm controlling the camera in this game. But, like, if you look to the left, the camera will pan left, instead of needing to only swivel around the character like this. So, like, yeah, that. You do need some pretty strong VR legs to not feel sick playing Monster Hunter Rise in VR, because, like, whenever a camera moves and it's not you moving your head to move the camera, it can be sickening. That's just how VR is. But, yeah, just the fact that everything's in full 3D, it lets you actually have a sense of the actual scale of things, instead of being like, oh yeah, this bear looks pretty big. No, you feel the bigness when you actually see them in their full 3D glory. Like, the 3DS has that going on to a much lesser extent because it's a very small screen. But no, when you're playing Rise in VR mode, everything feels life-size to you because It is. Your eyes are in the world. Yeah, I wouldn't play it like that for any reason other than to just marvel at the creatures themselves with your actual eyes instead of through a screen. Even though it is still technically through screens, but it doesn't feel like it. And it's a really interesting experience getting to see the monsters at their full actual size with binocular vision. And that's bears down. The last time I tried playing Rise in VR, All Mother didn't even exist yet. That actually would be a pretty interesting fight to do it for. There's actually quite a few spectacle fights that would probably look really cool in VR. Okay, so we got a gold large bear here. 8.5 meters long. An estimated 4 meters tall at the shoulder when on all fours. Like, if you put this bear in real life, it would be record-breaking, terrifyingly large. Like, this thing is about as big as some houses. And yet, in the context of this game, it is a relatively small monster, even at this gold large size. Don't believe we've done any Roggies on a Tanzia Tuesday yet, so... Gonna fix that. Actual base camp starts are kind of rare. You know what? It's not going to help us get to the Roggies. But I'm still going to take this shortcut just because it's here. Base camp doesn't have this shortcut in Sunbreak. Yeah, unless I'm mistaken, this Great Rocky here would probably end up, or will probably end up being possibly longer than any real-world theropod on record. Though again, not necessarily as tall as real-world theropods. Monster Hunter monsters tend to be very long, not necessarily so tall. No, I've always really liked the, well, this theme. I was going to call it the Jaggy theme, but it's not the Jaggy theme. We're not fighting a Jaggy. It's not the only medium monster theme, because the bears have their own theme. But this theme, it's got the right level of chaos to it. to play when you're surrounded by raptors. You know, Great Jaggy's got this obvious barb on its tail. It's always kind of sad, or Great Roggy has the barb, Great Roggy. And it's always kind of saddened me that its tail sweeps don't poison. Like, I feel like that barb should do something. But no, it's just there. Decoration, maybe. But honestly, the desire to see that barb do something probably more speaks volumes towards just how grounded the rest of monsters' designs and attacks feel. Because, like, when their attacks feel as justified as they do, you know, they use specific parts of themselves that, like for Great Roggy, he's got the neck pouch that you can clearly see inflate with noxious gas before he expels it. So, like, we see a part of the monster that isn't used for what we expect it to be. And then there's that feeling like, man, I kind of wish he used that. They justify what the monster does do so well that it feels wrong to see what the monster doesn't do. Okay, buddy, can you stop? Okay, that's not stopping. Am I going to die to a Roggy? No, I'm not going to die to a Roggy. I'm also not going to leave the area because it is. Though I strongly considered leaving the area to heal while fighting a Roggy just now. Yeah, the fact that Rathalos has a giant stinger on his tail is also missed potential. In the earlier games, like, you know, his claw attack from the sky, that poisons you. I had always thought of it in my head as like, oh, they just can't really show it very well, but probably what's happening is that he's grabbing you with his claws so that he can then use his tail to inject his venom into you, but that's not what's happening. We actually have it canonized that it is the claws that deliver the venom for that claw strike. And thus, the tail spike is in fact just for show, even though it looks clearly retractable. Like, Rathalos' tail looks more appropriate for poison delivery than Garuga's. And Garuga's does deliver poison from a tail spin. It's weird. Welcome back, Wolfkinson. May your Wii U not choke. Okay, so we had a kinda small and a kinda big, but no crowns. But yeah, a 10-meter long theropod that's probably 3 meters tall at the hip is honestly kind of enormous in terms of real life. And the fact that it can spew clouds of noxious fumes. This thing would be absolutely terrifying if you encountered it in the real world. Especially since it's a pack animal. Like, it moves in packs. It hunts in packs. So, like, yeah, just... You're out in the forest in real life. You come across a 10-meter long theropod that is 3 meters tall, spewing noxious gas. Oh, and also it's got 4 little buddies who are themselves probably a good 3 meters long and 1 meter tall. Like, that would be incredibly dangerous. Yes, and it can jump. Like, humans probably just don't settle an environment that has these threats in them. Possibly don't even settle the continent with these threats in them. And if they do, they don't last long. I do believe, welcome to the party, Wolfkinson, I do believe that it is time for us to experience the upper limit of what a theropod in the Monster Hunter series can be. Pretty sure this guy is in the desert during the day, but I'll still bring both hot and cool drinks just in case. Forgot to check whether it was a day or night quest. But again, pretty sure it's day. Nice axe you got there, Wolfkinson. Behold, the franchise's biggest theropod. Specifically this Duramboros. in the Japanese version of this game, this was an Attack on Titan collab quest. And it gave Attack on Titan armor and dual blades. It still gives dual blades, but they have been reskinned, of course. And I don't believe it gives the armor anymore. Today feels to me like a fun-sized monster day. And to that end, we will absolutely be attempting father and son outing at some point. Because that is always an interesting quest. With variable difficulty. Don't worry, I painted him so we can know where he goes. After all, this monster is very hard to follow. Just like Gammoth. Everyone knows you have to paint a Gammoth if you want to be able to track them. Running full tilt perpendicular to his throw. Still couldn't get out of the way because he's just so wide. Also, at this point, it is again worth noting, well, not again, I haven't noted this in quite some time, certainly not on any of our Tanzia Tuesday streams, I don't think. But it is worth noting that Rust Durambros's rust color comes from dried blood of all the things that it has brutally murdered. Rust Duramboroses are especially violent and territorial Duramboroses. And they are rust-colored from dried blood. And now, just imagine how much blood it would have to take to stain the hide of something this large. People say Devil Joe is a walking extinction event. This thing's a walking extinction event, but it does it as a fashion statement. Yeah, Drake, great. There probably are some very impressive sauropods in Monster Hunter. Especially given that, as far as we've seen, the most impressive ones are just the big Laranauths. And they got nothing on this guy. There's almost certainly some impossibly huge Monster Hunter sauropods out there. But also, this Duramboros, it's an event quest. Event quests aren't exactly supposed to be canon. But still. And we were pointing out that Great Roggy is a big theropod that can jump. This is a big theropod that can jump. It can throw itself into the air. Oh, he's a hungry boy. No worries, Wolfkinson. I know how cats helping with video games feels. Someone feels like knocking himself over. Should have gone for the back instead of the tail, would have gotten more than one hit in. Alright, we got the tail shell off. There are actual houses smaller than this. In fact, there's no doubt in my mind that people in this world would use exactly such a tail case as a house. On the subject of this thing jumping. My name's Redmond, and this is Monster Hunter Cribs. Welcome to my crib. Over here we have the breakfast nook. And this is the bedroom. Oh, right. This thing can dig. Though it only does when it's getting low on health and wants to go to sleep. So yeah, unlike Gammoth, there is a reason to paintball a Duramboros. Provided you don't know the one place where it sleeps. A Jaggy woke it up. Which means that this Duramboros, despite its size, is surprisingly sensitive. I must say, never has an auto-stun been so richly deserved as getting landed on by a Duramboros of this size when it throws itself into the air. Honestly, it deserves a little bit more than an auto-stun. Even the death cam couldn't help but phase inside the body of this thing. It's just that big. Hollow this thing out, you could comfortably have a family of 4 living in here. keep the kids in the legs. Master bedroom in the tail. Hey, I got some Durambolite. So yeah, this Duramboros, only 44.5 meters long, which makes it, you know, bigger than the biggest creature to have ever lived on Earth. It's bigger than a blue whale, almost certainly, even if you include more than just length. If you include total mass, it is probably still bigger than a blue whale, this particular Duramboros. Wolfkinson, recommended armor pieces. The full Dire Mirrorless set is very good. It's a great place to start, especially if you don't need Sharp +1, which is why I use it with Miser's Asterism. The full Abyssal Laggy set is also good if you get yourself some, get yourself a charm with Edgemaster 3 on it, then you can replace the chest and the hat to get other stuff while still keeping Edgemaster. Yeah, that's basically what I do. You can go for clownier mixes when you have good enough charms and other specific desires in mind, but like, yeah, Abyssal Laggy and Dire Mirrorless are both great starting points for whether you do or do not need Sharp +1. Yeah, Doubles and Ogres is a totally fine thing to try. I think I'm good. I see they both decided to charge. Actually, I suppose C isn't correct. Here was accurate. Dang it, I was trying to reload. But I got that last smidgen of sword juice just in time to make me instead just swing my sword. Since they're both charged, but neither of them is mad, I'm going to go ahead and put down this pit trap now. And we got Stygian. Honestly, probably the better one to discharge earlier anyway. Discharging Stygian gets us fewer Dragon Balls. Doesn't Iceborne Stygians and Ogre have bright red energy? Or am I misremembering? It's honestly been a long time since I fought Iceborne Stygian. That statement being in response to Drake Great. For reference. Rip. Bad time to run out of stamina. Oops. And both dogs are mad, which is just super pleasant. Was that the regular Zinogre that just broke that horn? Oh good, nobody's charged now. And Standard Zinogre is tired. I'm shocked none of those went straight for me. The dog is coming. Coming right for me. Please not me, please not me, please not me. Okay, good. If any of those Dragon Balls had come for me, I was a sitting duck. I'm sorry, did one of the Shakalakas knock the Stygian Zinogre down? Good job, Shakalakas. Oh, now they're both mad. And we just got the audible back break for the Standard Zinogre, which means it is cap ready. Rip. Well, good news. We don't have to deal with two angry dogs for too much longer. And the only break we have left on Standard Zinogre is one that gives us exactly 0 benefit. because you only have to break one of the claws to get a reward for it. And there we go. Just got Stygian left, and he is a tired boy. And here's where I remember that Zenogres have a pin. Oh, dang, he's not tired anymore. Was hoping I'd be able to get him in that trap while he was still tired so that it would have maximum possible duration. Dang it. The Dragon Lightning bolts definitely seem to have bigger hitboxes sometimes than others. Wow, way to just stand up to get enraged. Well, there goes my last flash, so no benefit. We gotta deal with this rage the intended way. Honestly, I probably don't need to be putting so much focus on using nullberries. We've gone over this before. I have approximately 18 water element, true element. And this thing is not weaker to water than everything else, I don't think. And even if it was, the hit zone values would probably be somewhere around 40% at best. Oh, nice. S is in Skyworld. And 40% of 18 is not a whole lot of water per hit. And yes, well done indeed. It's a rough quest, but we pulled it off. silver large Zinogre, and relatively small Stygian. Dreadgrey, Dragon affecting affinity in 3rd gen is specifically for Monster Hunter Tri. Only in Monster Hunter Tri does it affect affinity. In every game after that, it was changed to just kill your element. And I am whipping out my Nether Excellion. Because A, it looks cool, and B, we're doing father and son outing. And the question then is, do we go for the father or the son? Because we only have to kill one. One is much easier to kill, but killing it requires paying less attention to the one that is much more able to kill you. It's a very interesting quest. It's also one of the harder quests in the game. It is very easy to fail. Simply because of the damage that flies around. Okay, so Stygians and Ogre Skyrimworlds had the mantle icon in this game. But then they dropped down to the gem icon for 4U. And then they're back to the mantle icon in 5th gen. Interesting. I'm thinking we go for the sun. Oh, Drake Great, if you think standard Plesioths are whale-sized. This quest is silly. Behold, father and son. Sorry, Wilkinson. Ow. And if you thought Plesioth's tail hitboxes were ridiculous normally, this extra large one has extra ridiculous hitboxes. Because that tail has 0 chance of getting anywhere near us. And yet it has 0 problem hitting us. Yeah, there is 0 reason Plesioth shouldn't be rideable in stories. Like, you can say, oh, it's because of the fin, but then that's forgetting that Cephadrome is rideable. Cephadrome's got a fin. There's no reason we shouldn't be able to ride Plesioth in stories too. Ow. Oh, almost walked into that laser again. It's always fun watching the sun do a long-distance run. Yeah. Ow, that laser hurts. No, 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 no. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. Do I have Tanzia chips? I don't have Tanzia chips. I should have Tanzia chips. Would have been better than a Mega Potion there. And I think I still need to get myself just a little more health to ensure that I survive any lasers. Because those things hurt! Ow. Little boy's back fin is down. I think that just means he's tired. It's the head fin that goes down when he's almost dead, I think. You knocked your son over! Ow. Ow. Dude just slapped his son in the face. I'm beginning to think this big green Plesioth is a bad father. Ow. Ah, the tiny laser. And yeah, that back fin is now at full height, so yeah, it does just show the stamina state. Whoop, sorry. Getting a lot of value out of my Superman dives in this quest. Big boy's tired. That is helpful. Means no big lasers for a bit. Hey, we did it. Father and son outing complete. Father looks on hungrily as we carve up his son. Yeah, the fact that he was looking at us and drooling as we carved up his son is... It was definitely a visual. So yeah, that little fella was 4.5 meters long. Which, honestly, still pretty big for a fish. There are definitely bigger fish out there, but still pretty big for a fish. Just checking Plesioth lengths. Lengths. Apparently I maybe have never cleared that quest by killing the father? Either that or the father is just standard gold large instead of event gold large. But he seemed a little big for that. Maybe I've just never killed the father. Huh. Could have sworn I'd done it at least once. Hey, I got a voucher at some point. And what have we here? Ah, just a regular old good quest. Gonna use not a lightning weapon for it, though. Though it would be good against 2 of the monsters in the quest. I think I'm gonna go with the Crimsidian. Because this will be at least decent against every monster in the quest. Less so Narga, but is real good against Ludroth and Laggy. Up first is Ludroth. He should start up this direction. That looks like a Ludroth to me. Of note, Wolfkinson, if you're, what is it, Light Break Axe? The Bracky one? If that one's fully upgraded, I'm pretty sure it does beat out the Seeded Axe against things that are not weak to water. At least provided they are at least decently affected by blast. Though, to be fair, every Leviathan doesn't really care about blast that much. Nor do Plesioths. Basically, if it lives in the water, blast just doesn't work that well against it. Sorry. One of these days I'll remember before going in that these are Mega Potion quests, and thus using Mega Potion, or going in with fewer than 10 Mega Potions is actually a good thing. Alright, Nargacuga's up next. It should start over in the cave. Just below the nest. Use some big Alteroths. Imagine living in a world with 2-meter-long ants. It always feels so good to dodge through Nargacuga tail sweeps. And, like, it's real easy. Especially if you're using a weapon that can side hop. One of those instances where Nargacuga's speed works against it. Because sure, we don't get a whole lot of invincibility frames when we dodge, but this thing's tail doesn't stay in contact with our models for a whole lot of frames either. It's one of the easier attacks in the game to dodge, and it's just so satisfying. Nice tail cut. And there goes the other arm. And we've just got that eye. And there we go. Fully broken Narga. And it got away. Yes, the iframes in Monster Hunter are half that of Dark Souls, unless you start working in evasion skills. If you play 4U and use a lance with evasion +3, you've just got full invincibility on your back hops, which is very silly. Triple back hop, totally invulnerable the entire time. And now to throw ourselves into the ocean. There's our boy. Yeah, probably not the best time to have chosen to use a Mega Potion. Ah, Claw Break. Good job, Cha-Cha or Kayamba, whichever one of you two that was. I really should have just picked a direction and stuck to it instead of going back and forth all the time there. You know what I like? Easier tail cuts. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me right now? Well, I suppose if you actually go to the next area, that'll still make for easier tail cuts. Oh. Never mind, no it won't. Tail's already off. Though he did give us a very easy tail cut right there, so, no complaints? Oh, he wanted that trap. And I know it's because Cha-Cha was doing the whole lure the monster thing, but like, going from across the damn map straight for the trap like that, it was something. Oh, almost dodged into that. Rawr. Oh, I see the horns broke while I wasn't looking. So did the chest. Leaving only the back. Leaving nothing. It always saddens me when their faces are in the ground. Casual 30-meter sea beast. Relatively large Narga. Rather average Ludroth. Alright, I'm gonna go grab a different axe. Because it's about time for us to do what may end up being the last quest of the stream. Depending on how long it takes us, or how quickly we die, whichever happens. You know what? Yeah, I've got nothing in this axe, which means I can freely swap axes without feeling too much of a downside. Though, the one I'm going to be swapping to has less affinity and less raw, which kind of sucks, but hey, we don't use it very often. It's nice to get to see it sometimes. We've done plenty of regular mirrorless. But I feel like we need... where is it? Is it fanning the flames? It is. Yeah, we need the event mirrorless. You know, the one that lives longer and hits harder. But also has slightly improved chances at rare drops. In the quest rewards only. So, traps are not going to be any good here. Don't need paintballs. Okay, I need my controller to stop doing that. I pressed right on the D-pad exactly once, and it ended up way over here. Okay, it seems to be doing okay now. I have no idea what was up with it, but I need that to not continue. Not gonna need null berries for mirrorless. And of course we watch the scene because the scene is good. It's just what we do. Yeah, Wolfkinson, this is basically just mirrorless, but it takes longer and hits harder. If you're good at not getting hit, it'll be no more difficult than usual. But every hit you do take will matter more. And try not to get hit by the big fireball, because that one can delete people under certain circumstances. Did we get it? We did. Barely, but we got it. Love getting a flinch on that move. Don't love getting caught reloading while he's doing that. Big boy wants to go on land, by the look of it. I like how he's just carrying me along. we're on the wrong side to worry about dragonating him. I'm gonna go for his legs until he gets into armor mode, because we can get knockdowns with leg flinches. And the tail is still, or the tail magma thing is still quite vulnerable in armor mode, whereas the legs are not. Here comes the sit and sweep. Or just the sit? Where's the sweep? It's actually kind of astonishing that his face hasn't broken yet. The face is usually such a quick break on this guy. But then again, this is the event one, with higher damage thresholds, etc. Curl up for a meteor swarm, I dare you. Ow. Ow. Oh, now you're curling up for a meteor swarm. And got it. Nice. Bit of a shame that I'm nowhere near anything good to hit other than this. But hey, free hits is free hits. Can you stop scooting? I almost finished sharpening. But then I got stepped on by a giant dragon. Just a flinch or a knockdown? Full on knockdown. Nice. There's the face break. Ow. Ow. Big boy wants to go back out to sea. Rip. Ow. Actually kind of hoping that we can manage to get the chest break before the arm break. Just because when you break Mirrorless's chest before his arms, it looks weird. There's also the fact that the chest is softer than the arms, so it's just also proof that you're focusing your damage on a part that takes more damage, which is always good. Especially on something with as much health as this thing has. Ow. back on land, or is he just turn into focus? Looks like he wants back on land. Oh, we are right at the Dragonator. Got him. It's a shame he always no-sells that, but it does hit him. Oh, and he is in armor mode. Ow. Please, no. Thank you. You're on your own for interrupting this. Please no. Please no. Please no. Please no. Thank you. Stopping just short. Been firing a warning fireball right over my head, I guess. Ow. Not gonna lie, that double bite is my least favorite move of his. Hits me more often than any other. And if you're underwater, it's basically always gonna hit you twice. The backward scoot also sucks. When he is on land, especially. Clearly, I should have brought more whetstones. So it's healing supplies that are probably going to run out first. Because, like, yeah, it's dire mirrorless. It's not normally too hard a monster, but this is a battle of attrition. Because what hits he does get do a lot of damage and need to be addressed. And he gets a lot of just incidental damage in due to his size. And his scoots. Okay, we got the tail break. Still in armor mode, though. That tremor just got me meteored. Ow. Still in armor mode. Yeah, that was, I was just kind of boned there. The double bite. It moves you forward. Forward is where he is going, where the hitbox is going. It's nasty. Back in the water, huh? Honestly, that's fine. Makes it easier to not be where the double bite is gonna be. Though admittedly, the double bite has an easier time scoring multiple hits in the water. And yes, I see you over at the Dragonator, but I see me over at this glowy, glowy chest. And if this boy's not on all fours, he's not really going to move anywhere anyway. Ow. Cha-Cha, get over here. Well, he's doing a meteor swarm. Thankfully, we shouldn't have to worry about it too much back here. Cha-Cha, get back here. Look at that little idiot go. Kayamba is at least kind of behaving, but Cha-Cha, no. But hey, Cha-Cha's gone now. Alright, Mirrorless, a little closer. Do another one of those. Yeah, that's right. That's what we want to see. Nice. Oh, wait, he's dead? We didn't even get the chest break. Hey, Dire Dragon Jump. Yeah, we didn't get the chest or the arms. Then again, he did spend a lot of time on land. I see the head carve box is very generous. Hey, another Dire Dragon gem. And I just barely got all 9 carves. Congrats on all 9 carves, Wolfkinson. And with that, it's time to call this a stream. Glad we got it done and actually completed successfully. It's always nice to end on a success for a harder version of a monster that is dangerous. Yeah, thanks folks for dropping by to watch and chat and all that. Thanks Wolfkinson for hunting, and I will be back on Friday. I can't stream tomorrow, but yeah, Friday we'll be here with something Resident Evil-y. Hopefully I'll be able to get my GameCube up and able to do things properly by then. If not, it'll be Resident Evil 7. See ya then, friends.